This is a sealed iPod Touch 7th generation that I purchased direct from Apple, and today we're going to be opening it for the first time. This is my first video where I'm doing dual camera shots, so don't mind if it's a little rough, but I now have an overhead camera, as you can see here, and I have a second camera angle right here. But as you can see, this iPod is a 32 gigabyte black 7th generation iPod, and on the back of the box it says Apple 2019. So we're gonna open it up. We're gonna see what would have come in the box when you got it brand new from Apple, as it was discontinued, I believe, in May of 2021. So here we have this green plastic pull tab. This entire case is actually plastic, if you can believe it. Apple does not use plastic anymore, so this is truly a relic of the past. But yeah, let's switch to the overhead angle here and break the seal on this iPod Touch. And boom, all the value is now gone. We can lift up the lid here. Here is the iPod, still in its plastic shell. So, designed by Apple in California. It opens like a book. We've got a quick start guide showing you where all the buttons are and where the charging port is. This is so old it still uses Lightning. Warranty card right here. And 2 fresh Apple stickers, which you will not see anymore. Apple stickers right here. Put those to the side. Also in the box, we have a rubber USB-A to Lightning cable. Also won't see these anymore. Pretty cool. I needed one anyway. That's part of the reason why I opened this iPod, to be honest with you. USB-A to Lightning cable right here. We've got these Lightning ear pods, but because they came with the iPod, they do not have the typical remote and mic like you're used to seeing on the ones that used to come with the iPhone. They're just ear pods with no remote, no microphone, just with a Lightning cable at the end. And they came in this weird styrofoam kind of holder, not the plastic case that, oh wait, no, these aren't even Lightning ear pods. These are 3.5 millimeter. Check that out. We got 3.5 millimeter ear pods without a remote and a mic. I'm assuming these are pretty rare these days. So let's try to get this iPod out of this tray as cleanly as possible. Peeling off the screen protector. Now, here is our never before touched iPod Touch in black. Check it out, guys. Brand new. Let's see if the device has any power. I doubt it. It's been in a box for almost 5 years. Shows no signs of life. Alright, so here we got our Anchor power bank that we are going to use to attempt to power up this iPod Touch. Let's plug it into our power bank and let's see if we get any signs of life from this 7th generation iPod Touch. Yes, we do get a charging symbol. We indeed do get a charging symbol. Check that out, guys. Perfect. See if I can turn this on again to show you guys. Here we go. We indeed do get a charging symbol. Let's wait for the iPod Touch to boot, and we'll be back when it does. Still waiting for the iPod to boot, but it is pulling, as you can see, 3.5 watts from my battery. So it is charging. We have an Apple logo on the display. I cannot wait to get this thing set up and see what version of iOS it is running. So to me, this looks like either iOS 14 or iOS 15. Set up manually. Let me get this on my Wi-Fi network and we'll be right back. Okay, we've connected to a Wi-Fi network. The iPod is now activating. No, we don't want passcode. Don't use passcode. Don't transfer apps and data. We do not want to sign in with an Apple ID. Don't use. Terms and conditions, we have to agree, obviously. Sure. Disable location services. Set up later. Set up later. Don't share. Light mode. Welcome to iPod. Okay, and we are immediately greeted with the wallpaper specifically designed for this iPod. Check that out. It's the same one that's on the sticker that went over the screen. But let's go into settings, general, about, and see what version of iOS we are on. Okay, as you can see there, we are on iOS 15.0.2. Pretty cool version of iOS to have on this iPod, honestly. But yeah, I purchased this in May of 2021, I believe, or May of 2022, whenever Apple decided to discontinue the iPod Touch. I was able to get it while supplies last. But as you can see, this is a 32 gigabyte iPod Touch 7th generation. And yeah, guys, this was the final iPod Touch to ever be released by Apple. This had the A10 Fusion chip that was in the iPhone 7. Now keep in mind, the iPhone 7 came out in 2016. This came out in 2019, I believe. And it had a downclocked version of the A10 Fusion found in the iPhone 7 from 3 years prior. That shows you how much attention to detail went into this final refresh of the iPod Touch before they decided to kill it. We've got our tried and true 1.2 megapixel front facing camera and a 8 megapixel rear camera on the back with a flash. Actually, that's a pretty cool little neat thing. I think they added that in the 5th generation, which in the 5th generation they also added the iPod loop, but that was removed in the budget version of the 5th gen with no camera and no loop, then completely removed with the 6th gen, and obviously, as you can see here, the 7th gen doesn't have it either. But taking a look around the device, we've got our headphone jack, lightning connector, and bottom firing speaker on the bottom. We've got a whole lot of nothing on this side. We've got our power sleep wake button on top of the device, and we've got our volume buttons on the other side. And on the front, we just have a simple home button. The iPod Touch never received any kind of Touch ID sensor in the home button. It always had the physical home button, not even a solid state home button. This is still a good old-fashioned clicking home button without Touch ID. But yeah, guys, that wraps it up for this iPod Touch 7th generation that I picked up in 2021 and I unboxed right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and pay your respects to the iPod Touch. I'll see you guys later.